नमस्कार मित्रांनो, आपण बघणार आहोत कॉम्प्लेक्स नंबर्स. Let we see the introduction about complex numbers. Suppose we consider x square plus 1 is equal to 0, x square is equal to minus 1, then x is equal to square root minus 1. But square root minus 1 is not real. Such type of number is introduced by symbol I, which is I is equal to square root minus 1, that is I square is equal to minus 1. This Swiss mathematician Leonhard Euler was first mathematician to introduce the symbol I with I is equal to square root minus 1, which is called imaginary number. A number of the form Bi, where B is R, B belongs to real number, B is not 0, then I is equal to square root minus 1 is called imaginary number. For example, square root minus 25, where is equal to 25 square root 5 and square root minus 1, and the square root minus 1 is the I, right? Therefore 5 is equal to is equal to 5 root 1 is equal to 5i. Then for example 2i is also imaginary number. Properties of imaginary number: I into 0 is equal to 0, that we know already. If a belongs to R, then square root minus a square. Minus a square means minus 1 into a square, that is minus 1 is I square into a square. Taking here square root taking the square root, then plus or minus ia. Third, if a b belongs to R and ai is equal to bi, then a is equal to b. A number of the form a plus ib, where a and b belongs to R and I is equal to square root minus 1 with I square is equal to minus 1 is called complex number, and it is denoted by z. Z is equal to a plus ib is the general form of complex number, where a is real part and it is denoted by re in bracket z or r of z, and b is imaginary part denoted by im in bracket z or I of z, and the set of complex number is denoted by capital C, like in the set a plus ib, where ab belongs to real number and I is equal to minus 1, square root minus 1. Now for example 2 plus 4i, here 2 is the real number, real part, and 4 is the imaginary part. 5i, here 5i we can represent in a plus ib form, that is 0 plus 5i, where 0 is real part, 5 is imaginary part. 3 minus 4i, 3 plus minus 4i, that is the हे आपण फोड करू शकतो. Then real part is 3 and imaginary part is minus 4. Take with sign. 5 plus root minus 16. 5 plus 16 square root 4 square root minus 1. 5 plus 4 root minus 1 is I, that is 5 plus 4i. Here 5 is real part and 4 is imaginary part. Now 7 plus root 3. 7 plus root 3 is, it is totally real part, and here imaginary part is 0i. Therefore real part is 7 plus root 3 and imaginary part is 0. Now these are some notes. A complex number whose real part is 0 is called purely imaginary number. This is purely imaginary number कारण तो completely imaginary number होतो, कारण त्याचा real number हा 0 आहे. A complex number whose imaginary part is 0 is real number. Here इमॅजिनरी पार्ट 0 असेल तर तो पूर्ण रिअल नंबर असतो आणि ए हा इथे रिअल नंबर आहे. A complex number whose both real and imaginary part are 0, then it is the zero complex number. जर कॉम्प्लेक्स नंबरमध्ये दोन्ही पार्ट हे 0 असतील तर तो 0 कॉम्प्लेक्स नंबर असतो. दॅट इज 0 इज इक्वल टू 0 प्लस 0 आय. Therefore, the set of real number is the subset of complex numbers. Then equality of complex number. If x plus iy is equal to 4 plus 3i, then find x and y. Here comparing real part and imaginary part. If we compare the real part and imaginary part, then we get x is equal to 4 and y is equal to 3. These are the x is real part and y is imaginary part. Here 4 is real part, 3 is imaginary part. Therefore x is equal to 4 and y is equal to 3. Thank you.